Hey, today I want to talk about the grid. I want to talk about the energetic grid that exists all around us. And I want to talk about it because I've had experiences with it, and it's a very interesting concept. And it sort of goes along with manifesting because it shows you the power you have. Okay, so I learned this back in the day when I was going to the Brennan School. And I learned it from a couple of her students. I think that they lived in California at the time. But anyway, when you first went to that school, they let you, if you knew something and you were an expert at something, she would let you teach that after the classes that we normally had. And this was a really powerful class for me because it taught me something I didn't realize was happening to all of us all the time. And that is, if you can imagine a grid and imagine your body is of made up of energy lines, which they talk about in acupuncture and tai chi and all of those sorts of studies, that were made up of these energy lines. And those energy lines are not just in our body, they're also out in the world, like in our physical world. And there are basic points of energy that people call the chakras or the chakras. And so there's 7 or 8 of those that run down your spine, depending on who you talk to and what discipline they're teaching you. But they're main energy points. And, Joe Dispenza talks about this. Chase Hughes talks about this. If you've ever done psilocybin, you can actually see it. And anyway, the energy that I'm talking about, I have had an experience with. One day I was giving a lecture, and it was at a fair, and the fair was at a big, old building in Pennsylvania. And the building was made of really thick stone, and was traffic actually going by the area where I was going to give my talk. And there was a wooden fence there, but it wasn't helping the noise at all. So I thought to myself, let me connect with these ley lines and send them out so that when I speak, I don't have to yell. I don't have to, talk so loud that I'll lose my voice or something, and people will be able to hear me easily. And I don't know why I decided to try it here, but it was loud, and I didn't want to have to scream. So anyway, I did that, and I connected to the ley lines in my imagination, and I imagined that as I spoke, my voice would be carried along these ley lines and connect to all the people that were sitting there. And there weren't that many people, maybe 40, 50 people. But they were interested in what I was saying, and I wanted them to be able to hear it. So I did that. And at the end of the talk, no one had to raise their hand and said speak louder or anything like that. And after the talk, people came up to me and we were discussing things. And then someone came from inside the building and said, "Did you just give your talk?" And I said, "Yeah." And they said, "We thought that you moved the talk inside the building because we could hear you so clearly inside the building." So that is something that convinced me that these lines of energy actually exist all around us. They connect us to each other, and they connect us to everything around us. And our intention is really powerful in ways we are not aware of. I mean, I didn't have to do that on purpose. That's happening all the time. What I did on purpose was allow my voice to carry on those lines. And anyway, it was a very moving experience for me. It taught me that we're connected in ways that I hadn't even really considered. And I hope that this helps you see a slightly different perception of the world and how you're walking around in it, because you're having a stronger effect on everyone around you than you could possibly imagine. All right. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're interested in working with me, there's a link below. And until the next time, have a great day.